Hi everybody, welcome to another Facebook Live uploaded onto YouTube. My name is Barb Ryder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Let me just do a couple things here on the back end. There we go. Hi Nancy, welcome. Hope you're having a good, or you had a good weekend. It was nice weather. I thought we were going to get more rain, but rain seems to be disappearing around here lately, right? Hi Sue, welcome. If you're just joining me, thank you, and let me know that you're here, where you are joining me from. If you're watching the replay, thank you for dropping by. Thank you for watching me on the YouTube channel also. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll do that and hit the notification button so you know when I upload videos. How's Florida weather, Sue? Curious to know. I'm just gonna make sure things are happening on the channel here. Gardening and no rain? Yeah, Nancy. I hear that. I hear Michigan tomatoes are finally in. We went to get them at Coleman's, a local farmer's store around here, for those that aren't in Michigan area. And they had advertised they had Michigan tomatoes. So we get there, and guess what? They said they had to turn away their shipment because they were green. They couldn't sell them yet. So anyway, yeah, I love Michigan tomatoes. Are the best tomatoes, I have to say. You're getting some rain, Sue says. All right, I am still trying to, there we are, now I can see it. Okay, cool. It is on Facebook, so that way I know that it's happening. Okay, all right, well, we have a few cards this evening, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn down and get started with our projects. All right. So we are featuring the Botanical Expressions bundle this evening. This is an online exclusive. I do have the bundle number in the description of the video. And this one has several sentiments. Love you more than words can say. You're wonderful in every way. Thank you. You bring so much joy into my life. Time together as a family is a blessing. I am thankful for you, and you brighten my day, and we're in this together. Thank you for being there. So lots of great sentiments. Hello Rhonda, and welcome from Wisconsin. Hi Sue DeVue. Raining all afternoon in West Michigan. Okay. Yeah, I think that we might still get some rain. I don't know, but it was beautiful this morning. It was really nice. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you for being here. We are featuring the Botanical Expressions, and this bundle only has one die in the with it, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so it's pretty long. Let me find my ruler here. Yeah, I think it's 6 inches. I think it'll do a good 6-inch piece. Yeah, 6 inches by 1 5/8 is really the size of the die. So just so you have an idea, but we'll be using that, so I'm going to keep that out. I've got all my stamps mounted that I'm going to be using, so let's move this out of the way and get started. All right, I need to pull this over here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start out, let me get my little mouse out of the way. We're going to start out, and I know that we've used this bundle in the past. However, we are going to use it again because it is perfect. So this is the first card that we will be creating. Isn't that pretty? And that gingham, oh, and sneak peek, this is a new ribbon that's coming out. Hello, June. Hello, Diana. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm going to grab my ink pads that we need. I think that, and then let's grab, we're going to be using we're still using the sentiment from the Botanical Expressions. However, we're going to mix in our olive flutter. Okay, so there's that. And let me grab the stamp. We're going to use that stamp and my little sentiment that I need right here. And here is that ribbon. It is called Hydrangea Hue. It's coming out. It's coming out in the September to December catalog. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we'll be using that. And what else do I need here? That's it for this one. Okay, so this is not a hard card, but I want to show you how this die works. Okay, I'm going to bring in my little cutting emboss machine here. So here's all my parts and pieces that we're going to be using. And I have, this is the piece, no, that's not the piece. This is the piece we're going to be using to die cut. So we'll do that first before we start measuring and doing all the things. So I'm just going to take this and I want to, this is cut, my blue Hydrangea Hue is, let's see, 2 inches and by 5.5. That's what I have. So, and remember, when you're using this little guy, you want to make sure that when you place it, place your pieces together, that they are going to be shimmied a little bit, not all stacked straight right on top of each other. It won't go through very well. Now, let's see here. I want to make sure I have about the same amount on both sides. See there? Like that. And I've got some of my little post-it tape here. I'm going to grab and just tape this down so it doesn't accidentally slide on me. And let's do that. Okay. And let's just run this through so you can have an idea. Alrighty. Get it started. There we go. Alright. Hi Bobby, welcome. Hello everybody. Thank you for being here. This is like I said, this is Botanical Expressions, and this is an online exclusive bundle. Alright, so we're done with this. Let me move that out of the way. And remove my little post-it here. Oh, I forgot I had some stuck over here on the side I could have used. Now, just be aware that when you're using this die, okay, it is a long die, and you don't want to just try to rip it off. You just want to gently pull the pieces back. If it doesn't come out by itself right away, see how I'm just kind of pulling the leaves because they are a little intricate. There we go. It all came out. I do have it stuck in here, but it's not hard. I don't know about you guys, but I like if I flip this like that. See how they just pop out? Anyway, I just wanted to show you. I've got all the other die cuts done, but I wanted to show you how this worked. But yeah, I don't have my little pokey tool here to get all these out. There we go. And just a couple little ones there and there. What else? One more. Okay. Got that cleaned out. There we go. And throw that away. Okay, so we need this to create our card. So I'm going to move this die out of the way since we are done using that. I just have a couple scrap pieces that I had left of the, this is our gingham paper. Now, this is not one of the, we have some designer paper that's on sale right now, but this is not, the gingham is not part of that. But who cares? Gingham is amazing. Hi, Shar, welcome. Hope you're doing okay. I know you've been helping out with your husband a lot. What I'm going to do is, let me grab my scrap here, and I'm going to, I just need to stamp my butterflies, and let's see, we're going to use the Crisp Cantaloupe. This is one of our in colors, and so I want this on this side. I want to stamp my butterflies on this side. Now, I don't know, I don't think they're all going to fit on one, So I'm going to use both pieces is the deal. So that's why I have 2 scraps here. All right, let's do this. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp those down, and I just need the little one. And then let's see, that's gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can do it from up there. We'll see. And then while I have the crisp cantaloupe out, I'm gonna grab my sentiment here. And so I have a piece of basic white and 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 of cantaloupe, and then my piece I'm stamping is 2 1/4 by 1/2. And put that over here for a second. So my sentiment is from the words from the Botanical Expression, and it says, "You brighten my day." So that's just going to go right there. Okay. Fabulous. Okay, let's clean this up. How many of you were aware of this bundle, Botanical Expressions? Have you seen it before? I'd be curious to know. Okay, we're done with this. And so I'm just going to put it up here out of the way. And then let's grab our punch and see if I can, if I can make this work. Yeah, I didn't think it would. I should have done it lower. But what I'm going to do, we're just going to cut this piece like that so I can pop this in here and punch out one of the butterflies. So yeah, you don't have to have them all together when you are stamping and punching, right? There's one. I just had these scraps, and so I thought, oh, this will be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and use it. Now here's the trick that, you know, see how you can, it's hard to get this to get it in here. So here's what we're going to do. How many of you have these long strips of white from cutting your paper down to, you know, 4 by 5 1/4, that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of my long strips and put a little bit of adhesive on there, maybe. All right, and I'm going to just put this on like this right here. And I have just created myself a nice little extra hand, or, you know, extra long hand. So now I can just put this in here and line this up. Maybe, there we go. I'm trying to look at it and keep it in the camera here for you guys. All right, so let's get you right here. Almost. I think I got it. Down just a hair. Okay, there we go. There's my butterflies, and I can use a little piece of paper with this trick, you know? Don't waste those little pieces of designer paper. Okay, got that. We're done with the Olive Flutter punch. Get that out of the way. This is actually just going to go right onto here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that on since we already have it stamped. Okay, and let me grab my butterflies here and our pieces, and then put this together. All right, let's talk about the other measurements that we have here. So we've got that piece done. This is for the inside. It's 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. I have a piece, I'm going to do the envelope, the gingham hydrangea hue. Now the piece that we're going to layer here is 2.5 by 5 1/4. My gingham is 4 by 5 1/4, and my base is 8.5 by 5.5. And if you score it, you want it to score it at 4 1/4, or you can fold it over and use your bone folder. And there we go. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to place our pretty gingham on, and you can do this way or the other way. I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll hang tight on that for a second. Let's go with this. Let's get this glued down. Now, I will tell you, to me, the best way to use this is to take your glue, and you can use glue dots. We are going to use glue dots on another project, and there's a reason why. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put light touches just on the leaves. Okay, just like dot, 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 nothing heavy. So don't squeeze hard, but then same thing, just a very skinny line on here. Let me get my fingers around like that, and just do a skinny line, because you don't want it oozing out and going everywhere. If you can see the glue, you have enough, I promise. Okay, see that? See how there's not a ton of glue all over the place there. All right, so I have this on my silicone mat because I want this to, if in case I'm over the edge, which I'm going to be a little bit, I'm not going to get this on my desk. Okay, now I think I'm gonna come over all the way on one side. See that? I'm gonna come all the way to the edge there. Then you'll see that I'm off the edge over here. Okay, that my die cut piece is bigger. See, there was glue there, and I don't have to worry about that getting on my desk because it's on my silicone mat. So all I'm gonna do is trim this off. All right, just gonna go right straight across, just like so, and there you go. It's beautiful. All right, let me get this and this out of the way. Okay, now let's bring this back in. I have the heavier gingham on this one. Let's put that right there. So I'm wondering what the smaller check would look like. What do you guys think? Should I do one with the small check? Let's see. We'll do one with the small. I just think the white is prettier with the larger check. Do you? See what your thoughts are. And then these are going to be the same, pretty like that. And this is going to go on here. So, should I go with the smaller gingham? It's funny because you know, I'm looking at my I'm looking at my phone. You like the larger too? Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking at my phone and it wasn't showing me any the larger. Okay, we're gonna make them all. We're gonna go with the larger on both. All right, and let's lace that down here, just like so. I know I'm kind of crooked here, aren't I? Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and this is going to be flat. So let's get that on. And this isn't quite in the middle, so I'm going to come up a little bit and bring it up a little higher than the bottom. Just like so. We're going to take some mini glue dots, and let's put our butterflies down. So let's see, this is the largest one, I believe. And just to be consistent, we'll come right there. And this is the, I think this is the medium one. There's the little one. And let's use the medium's gonna go over here. And the small one, just like so. We'll put that one kind of over here. Just like that. Let's get some dimensionals to pop this up. Where are my dimensionals? I thought they were right here. They are. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you sharing so much, because that really does, even when you guys comment, it really helps put this out so others can see the class. And if you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love for you to join me, order with me, whatever. But I know a lot of you guys that watch me are already demonstrators, so, but I always like to ask, right? I would not have thought using the check for butterflies. Oh, good. I'm glad that that was a good tip for you, Shar. All right, so there is our sentiment. Yep. And, you know, since we're doing the butterflies, I guess I could do butterflies inside my card, on the inside, right? So let's do this. And, okay. Now, oh, you know what? Did you see what I did, girls? Bring this up here. I stamped this in the Calypso, and I meant to stamp it in the blue. I guess it's all right. That's why the blue was here. We'll stamp blue on the inside. How's that? See? Even when you have an example in front of you, you still decide to do something different. Okay, let's just do some blue butterflies, since they're oh well. Let's go over here. You brighten my day, and let's do these butterflies just like so. All right, a little dark, but I think they'll be just dandy. All right. Oh, funny, funny, funny. Thank you. Let's see. I'm going to grab these new gems. They are called Radiant Gems. Again, these are some, now if you're a demonstrator, that's one of the perks is pre-order. Okay, this is, these are some gems that you can pre-order right now that are going to be in the September to December catalog. And we are going to use these. They're kind of, I don't know, but they kind of take on the color of the peach, and so that's what we're using. So let me grab my pick tool, and I'm going to put these on my butterflies instead of around the card. We are going to go ahead and put them on the butterfly. Just like so, just like that. Now, on these butterflies, you can, you know, pop these wings up. They will flatten in the envelope as you mail them, I'm sure. But it just gives it a pretty look when you pop them up a little bit and give them a little dimension, right? So that's the one I just stamped. Here's the one that I stamped the sentiment in the blue. And last but not least, we're going to do a little ribbon on here, and we are going to do the envelope. I have some envelopes with a small flap, and so that's what we're going to use it on. And of course, on the envelope, I love using my silicone mat, and that is going to go here. So those of you that did the All of Flutter order with, you know, that you ordered with me and you got that as a free gift, here's another idea for you using the butterflies. All right, let's get this all the way to the score. just like so. And then let's trim around. I have not always done the envelopes, but when I do them, I absolutely love it. I don't know why I don't do it all the time. They just look so gorgeous with your card. Okay. Doesn't that, one more thing, ribbon. Okay. Now this is very easy to work with. However, it is a little kind of thick, but anyway, hi Carol, welcome. All right, so I'm just gonna do a tiny little knot. I just want a little, I don't want a big old bow here. Or faux bow, whatever you want to call it. I gotta cut this little piece. Oops. That's what I get for not using my good scissors. Those are my paper scissors, and so these are my ribbon scissors. There we go. Okay, now we have to put this on with a mini glue dot. I love mini glue dots when you are attaching material to paper. It is fabulous. Okay, mini glue dot right in front of me. And so let's see here. I had asked a question earlier. Does anybody already have this Botanical Expressions bundle? Curious to know. All right, let's see. Let's bring that down here and just put that right there. Okay, card number 1. How pretty is that? Whoops, let's get you just like that. All right, let's see. Let me make sure that's clean. Let me make sure this is clean. And we're gonna go to project number 2. All right. Project number 2, like I said, I already have everything. I have the die already done. This is project number 2. All right, so let's put that over here. And what do we have? Now, you guys know I mentioned we have the designer paper that's on sale, some of the designer papers. This is one of the current ones that is on sale, and it is called Brushed with Beauty. No, it is not called Brushed with Beauty. I think I put it away. It's the one that has, shoot, I put it away. We're going to use this one on another card, but apparently I put that one away. Sorry about that, guys. But this one is current. It's still available. It's available, and yeah. So what we have here is we're going to go with crumb cake, 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Or, like I said, use your bone folder. I have a piece for the inside, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Excuse me. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I've already taken the die, and when you cut these out, the outside does not cut with the die. Let me grab the die again. Okay. So when you, and the reason that it does not cut this whole piece out, you know, like 2 separate pieces, is because there's no cutting at the leaves, okay? There's no cut line. So that stays, that's why they stay together. So it gives you a whole piece that has the leaves in the center. All right, and then I've used our Simply Leaves punch, and I've got 2 leaves I've punched there. This die is from the Scallop Blooms. It has amazing dies in that bundle, so that's what we're using. And then this is another new ribbon that is coming out in the catalog. It is Secret Sea with a strip of gold through the ribbon. All right, so let's start out, and again, I'm gonna use my liquid glue here, and just do, like I said, just gonna do some just touching with the glue on the leaves. To me, this is the easiest way to attach the leaves. And then I can just come in here with my glue on that side and over here. Okay, just like so. All right, front of the card. Let's get that down. And there we go. Kind of just guessing so I don't get glue like everywhere. I'm up a little high. There we go. All right, there we are. Okay. Turn myself around here. Okay, so there's that. Next, we're going to go ahead and we are going to use Secret C, and I have a blending brush here. And this card, I did not put any Secret C in these two areas, but I think I want to do that this time. I'm going to add a little bit. I'm just going to see what it looks like. See how it makes it look different. All right, so let's, I'm going to grab my scrap paper here and use our small blending brush. Okay, and then I'm just going to come up here and put a little bit of, so it's not as white. Okay, I just want a little bit more color in here on there. I don't know. I just thought I would try it to see if I like the difference. So that's it for that. Now we're going to stamp on this piece right here, and let me grab what that one says. You're wonderful in every way. And let's just stamp that right in the center. Okay, and oh, we're still going to use that. Okay, now on these leaves, I've just punched them out. Okay, I had looked at this and I thought that was too, I didn't like the starkness of that, so that's the reason I wanted to go this way. However, I feel like maybe we won't. First of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to scrunch these up. That's the first thing we're going to do. And when you scrunch your cardstock, don't just like do this, okay? Because you could rip something. So I just started taking this and pushing it together to break down the fibers in the paper. And that just gives me this crinkled look in the leaf itself, okay? All right. I don't know, see there? Just gives you a different look, okay? So, there's that. All right, let's do the other one. This is oh golly. This is, now I have seen people, this is a technique I learned a long time ago. That's what I was gonna say. And one of the things you can, if you're doing the cardstock, it works well if you kind of spritz it, the cardstock, before you start scrunching it, because that will also break down the fibers. So, all right. So the reason I wondered about, let me bring this up closer. See how you can see the leaves a little better against here, where, come up there, stuck. This one I did the leaves a little darker. I'm going to go ahead and still do the leaves to give us a little bit to not be so white, I guess. And if you notice, it will pick up the crinkles. The blue will, see how it, can you see that on the crinkles? don't know if you can see that very well. In person you can really see it, and that's what I wanted. So there's that. And then the other thing is I'm going to go ahead and just put a little more ink on here, and then just kind of put a little bit on the sides, kind of like how you use a sponge dauber and you can do the sides. I'm just doing the blending brush and getting a little bit on the sides so it's not as heavy as what I had on this one. Okay, fabulous. That's what I got. All right, so next let's go ahead and put our card together. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go around these edges. I didn't do this on the other card, but I decided doing it on this one. All right, so now putting this all together, this is our piece for the inside. Whoa. Just like that, making sure kind of even around the edges. And then I don't have, let's see, I have dimensionals behind the leaves. So let's grab, excuse me, some dimensionals here. Let's see, there and there. And then let's go like that. And then this little guy, 3 more dimensionals here. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. Seems we lost a few. I guess I saved the better cards for last. All right, let's just do that because that's going to be covered up with our sentiment here. Let's go ahead and make our faux bow. And again, you just flap it one way and flap it the other way. Gives you that, looks like a bow. And let's put this down like kind of at an angle, just like that. Ooh, that's pretty big. Pretty big. Maybe I'll make it a little smaller. Let's bring that a little smaller. I can just cut the edges there. Start over, Barb. Ooh, I hear some thunder. I just heard thunder. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. That's a little better. And then I'm just gonna cut this down a tad. That looks a little more pleasing to the eye. And so the next thing is we need some dimensionals here. Whoop. And let's see here, do I have some? Yeah. I was hoping I had some bigger ones here instead of my little tiny ones. And let's do that. Okay. And almost done. Now I want, you guys know, if you watch me very often, if you're watching me for the first time, I do like to figure out ways to use our stamp sets in ways that, not so obvious, I guess. Use it with different things. So our next card, that's what I have for you. Actually, the next couple cards. All right, so that's gonna go just like so. Beautiful. And then our gems have the secret C in here. I thought that would be perfect to go with that ribbon. So let's use that. I also have a sneak peek of some new product that is going to be in our in the September to December And let's see here. Let's use a big one down here. And there is card number 2. You can see a little more the way that I placed the leaves on this one. You can see a little more of the crumb cake behind. So, but there's the difference. I added a little more Secret C onto the designer paper, and then here I added a little more onto the leaves. So a little bit different look, right? Let's get this out of the way. And again, let's do this envelope while we are stamping, because if you wait and do it later, never gets done, girls, never gets done. How many of you have things like that all over your stamping desk or area? Right? Okay. Yay. Yeah, the die is different, Sue. We'll be using this at our team meeting, and so yeah, these projects will be featured at our team meeting this week. So I'm on the off the edge a little bit on this one, so I just need to cut there. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. So here we are. Love it. There's the one we created. Okay. There's that. Now the next card is going to feature a couple things. Again, something new. It's going to feature our, where is it? This is coming out in the December to, September to December. It's the Cherry Cobbler. And it's twine with all the different colors. And this is our next card. That beautiful shimmer stripe paper that we have. This is our flocked Peaceful Pine. It's in the, I believe, this is in the Whispering Meadows, what's it called? Meadows, Flowering Meadow suite, the paper. So let's go over here and pull out all of our goodies. I have used the stylish shape die for the little square. I'm using a beautiful new suite. This stamp set, let me show you, grab all the things. Okay, this and this. All right, this is a sneak peek of what's in the September to December catalog. This is a phenomenal double suite, mega suite. These are dies. Oh, excuse me, these are the dies. These are the dies. And then this is these are the stamp set. And then here is the other, it's called Noel Tidings. That's the dies. And that's the stamp set. I have not played with this one yet, guys, because I've been creating for another one-day event that I'm having coming up in September. But amazing. Let me show you this. And again, this is going to be available, I believe, September 1st. But look at this die. Ooh, I can't wait. And then here are the other dies. So, lots to play with. But yes, and then this, they have foil designer paper is what comes with it in the suite. You also have these gold adhesive back dots that come in the suite. And then this paper is all foil, and it's one-sided. Let me open this up to share. Okay. And I believe you get 2 sheets of each design, but can you see how it's foil and it's gold? So there's one design. There is another design. This, the trees, beautiful. And then this is a heavier gold. You can see all the gold in that. And then this is a very kind of a softer look in the design of the paper. Like a damask almost or something. Yeah, and then those are the others that I believe. Oh no, this is the last one. This is another one that has like a heavier gold in that. So that is that sweet. And then in addition, there is one more thing, if I can find it here. There is twine that comes with this one, which is, I thought I had it right here. I know I have it here. Oh, here it is. Because I'm going to use it on the last project. Yeah, and here is the twine that comes with it. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, let me get this back together there. All right, let's finish this, do this card, and share what we have with this one. Let me see here. This is what we need, and we need red. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 always, with our basic cards that we do here. Yeah, it's really pretty. This set you're using is a very pretty set. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the Botanical. Sue, I went back. I read that again. I know you said that earlier, and I thought I already read it before. Okay, so what we have here. I have used that, already pre-did the die, and yeah, can you see the sparkle in that? There you go. It's the shimmer stripe. This is the fuzzy. This is the peaceful pine, and it's flocked. And it is, let me tell you the size. I've cut this at 3 by 5.5. And then real red is 4 by 5 1/4, and the little small square is from the Stylish Shape dies. All right, now this paper is a little trickier to have adhesive attach, so that's why you would use your mini glue dots in attaching this to this piece right here. So that is what we're going to do, and so I'm just going to roll this out and just take my piece here and just put, they're stuck on my finger. Put my mini glue dots on, and I will tell you, I found that this is the easier way than trying to pick them all off and put them on, you know. So let's do that. Oops, I got over to the edge too far. And I'm also going to put a few on the leaves just so that sticks down. Let's see, right there. And let's see, there, and almost, let's see, get down here with a couple. And then let me turn it over and see where I need another one. Looks like I need one right here. You just want to make sure that it sticks onto your flocked paper. Okay. All right, I think I have enough. Take that and throw it in the trash. All right, now let's just match this up. And if there's some that hangs over the edge, then we're just going to trim it off. But I think the leaves will go edge to edge, and I'll just have a tiny bit of the lines, or like, yeah, that need to be cut. All right, I think I'm shifted a little bit too far there. So just trying to get it straight before I push it down, because once you push it into the your flocking, it's not going to come off. Okay? Is that straight? Does that look straight? Does it look crooked? I think it's all right. Okay. So here's what I'm talking about. Just turn it over and just cut that little extra piece off. That's why I didn't go right to the edge with my mini glue dots, because I knew that would be off the edge just a sliver. Okay, there you go. So this piece of shimmer, I don't know if I told you, it was like 2 1/4 by, I think the 5 3/4, I think is what I had cut it in order to do this project. All right, now this is regular paper, so my adhesive will work just fine to place this onto my red. Oh wait, you know what? I need to put the red on first, because it is a little bit bigger than my layer that I just did. Okay, so let's get this here. There we go. Now we can put this down, because this is going to go edge to edge, and I wanted to have that down before because it's going to stick on the edges is what I'm getting at. See here on the sides? I hope that makes sense. I'm not over there. Go here. Okay, so there is the front of our card. So use this for Christmas. You don't have to just use it for whatever, you know, it's all occasion. It's an all occasion die. All right. Real red. And I'm just going to stamp love and joy. And that's going to, oops, get that completely. I'm going to stamp it up towards the top, because I'm going to attach the twine at the bottom. And now I don't have a designer paper for this one, so I didn't do anything for the envelope. I don't have one for the envelope. Okay. This is also flat, and the reason is the twine is pretty, it's a little bit on the thicker side, and I really didn't want to have it thicker than it needed to be. So let's just put that right there and grab that twine. Now here's the cool part. If you wanted to, these come apart pretty easily. Look at, and then you've got 3 colors. You don't have to keep them all together. So think outside the box with your product, ladies, as you are doing things. But see that? I wanted to pull this apart and see that. So you have white and peaceful pine and real red, or cherry cobbler. It works with either of them. So easy. All right, so let's I'm just going to go ahead and tie my bow. I'm going to fray the other end and have it a little bit frayed instead of just how the other one is. Okay, so yeah, it gets pretty thick with that once you tie that knot. All right, and let me grab my things here. And because I have this frayed, I'm gonna fray the other side and just have this one a little bit different. Come on. I guess you could take your pokey end of your tool and you could run it through and it'll unfray quicker than what I'm doing. Anyway. All right. Almost. Just like that. Okay. Just to give it a different look. And this just takes a minute, I guess. So babies are twisted around. They're pretty good. Okay, there's that. Let's see a little bit on this side. This one. Almost. Almost. Okay, There we go. Just makes it fuller. Now I am going to cut some of this off. It's way too long with it being frayed. So yep, I like that better. Anyway, there we are. And again, when you're using anything that is material type, I would put 2 glue dots on this because it is a heavier material. Make sure, anyway, when you're putting material to paper, mini glue dots are the way to go. And so here's what I was talking about. Taking your pick tool and just poking it in there and then running it through, and you can even fray this more. Like, you can even fray the green more. So the green, the individual colors is what I'm getting at. Okay. There we go. All right. And then I didn't put any gems on this one because the sparkle here is just gorgeous. So that is it for this card. All right. There we are. All right, and then I said I had one more 4 cards here for you. So this one is using that designer paper that I pulled out thinking it was something different. And it is called Brushed with Beauty. This one is 15% off. It is available. And you guys, it looks great. You could use this for fall so easily with the Timid Tiger. You've got Calypso Coral in here. You've got the, I believe this is like Shaded Spruce and Soft Seafoam. Let's see. Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Secret Sea, Very Vanilla, Lost Lagoon, Early Espresso, Darling Duckling, and Calypso Coral. Those colors can be used for fall, which is coming up. Our kids, our grandkids start school on August 24th, and that's just a couple weeks away. All right, so this is using the vanilla. And the other one I wanted to share is paper that is on sale is this wood grain texture paper that we have. It has espresso and pecan pie, crumb cake, and vanilla. And it's wood grain. I don't know if I'm too close, if you can see that, but it's wood grain. This is one of the dies out of the stamp set that I shared. This one here, the Noel Tidings. This is the die right here, but look at how big. These dies are pretty big compared to the picture, right? There's that. Here is the small one right here. There's that. I did not cut any of the other ones. I just did the labels pieces here. So that will be coming out, or as a demonstrator, you can also pre-order that right now. So I have Very Vanilla, 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Early Espresso, and this piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then I have 3 3/4 by 5 in this piece. It has petal pink on the back. And then I have just taken a scrap and I ran this through, and what I have done is I have went through and cut these pieces. And so so here's what they look like. I've just cut the leaves out from the base here. And we are going to make this multicolor like you can see on these pieces. So let's move these out of the way. I've already got them cut apart and everything, but this is another way to use this die instead of just like what you see. You can do different things with it. So what I'm going to do is bring this over here, and I have my sponge daubers, and I am going to use 4 different colors here. I'm going to use Garden Green, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, and Pecan Pie. That's the colors I'm going to use. So I'm going to start with the lightest color, which is the Darling Duckling. And again, I don't have daubers that are specific colors. I just kind of use them with the in the color families, I guess. So like I would probably use this for the Daffodil Delight. Maybe, I don't know if I'd use it with Crushed Curry, but even Lemon Lolly, you know. So I'm just going to get some color on here, and it's super easy, you guys. Just dab on some color, okay? Dab some color in there, and you can do more or less as you go along. So there's a little bit of yellow. Let's go with the Timid Tiger. And again, I'm not doing the whole leaf. I'm just kind of trying to get some here and there. Okay? Just like that. And then let's go with some green. And this is the Garden Green. And oops, got a little heavy-handed there. Okay, it's green. And then as I look at that, I don't know if you can tell, I'm going to bring it up closer to the camera. Okay, so that's what I have so far. I think I want some more yellow in there, so I'm going to come back in with the yellow, and I have plenty on there. I'm just going to daub that a little more with some yellow. Let's see if we can get a little more orange in here. And I do, because I don't really want the white, okay? All right, so there's the colors. Now, I've got pecan pie here. And what I was thinking, I'm gonna try this a little bit to see if I can get a little bit of pecan around the edges, here and there. Not there, it's, you know, it's not, what do I want to say? It's pretty thin, you know, the holding it together is not a sturdy kind of thing, but this is what I wanted. And I've got all the other ones already done, so I'm just adding that little hue of brown. I think that is what I'm looking for, yes. So like this piece, you can see this piece has a little more green than the others, but I'm going to add this brown in there to kind of outline it. I don't know what I want to say. I guess outline is the right word. There's that. And I hadn't already done these because I wasn't sure if that's really what I wanted, but I do. This is definitely what it's doing what I had envisioned in my mind. Do you guys ever do that? You know, you have your thoughts in your head. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sue. I'm glad that you're here. You come back and catch the final touch here. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. So let's get the rest of these. Just adding a little bit. It's not heavy, but you can definitely see the little bit of brown going around there. And one more. All right. Alrighty, there we go. Almost done. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to do a little swoop of, oops, maybe some brown in there. Oh, there we go. All right, that's what I want. So let's put this together now. Okay, get this out of the way. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead. We're going to mount this piece onto the early espresso. You know what? I'm going to move this. We're going to, oh, I guess I'm not done stamping. Let's go ahead and do our stamping. We're going to stamp on our piece here. And I'm going to do, the sentiment is going to be in the pecan pie. This long sentiment. This, again, the sentiment is from the Botanical Expressions. The die is from the Noel suite that's coming out in September. All right, so this is going to go right there. Thank you for being there. That's what's going to go on the front of our card. Okay. So the stamping's done. That's why I just wanted to get the stamping done so we could get the mat out of the way there. And get this mounted onto Early Espresso. And there's just a sliver around the outside, just like that. Just enough to see how we have a nice outline there. I'm going to move this out of the way for a moment. Okay, this is going to go onto our card base, which is the vanilla, right like that. Beautiful. Now, doesn't that look like fall to you? It does to me. All right, so what we're going to do next is we are going to build onto this piece right here. And I wasn't sure which one I wanted at first, but I like the darker. After I was looking at it a little bit, I like the darker. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this down. These are going to make a little floret. No, there's a word for it, and I can't think of what it's called. I can't think of the name. But see that? Let me bring it closer. It looks great. I think that's why I wanted that little bit of brown around the edges to kind of form it in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's take a look on this side and see which way we like it better. You guys tell me, did you like the crumb cake look or the lighter basic beige? Actually, I might like the basic beige. I think it shows the leaves off better. What do you guys think? What do you think? I think that the lighter color is probably a better choice. I'm looking for your help on this one. Lighter or the crumb cake, flip the other side around. I am trying to think. Let me grab something that I already have cut out here. Let me see if I can find something in my die cuts that we can glue onto. Or I just need a little square. Let's see here. Let me grab a piece and just cut this so I can, well, I can't do that because that's going to show behind there. All right. Anybody have thoughts? The lighter color, okay. Yeah, the lighter color I think is going to show up more, is what I believe. So what I'm going to do is, let's just start with the pieces and go like, let's just put a little adhesive like right there. And then this is going to just hold them down. I don't want to see there. And let's come in here. I might need to cut a little bit off of the stems here like that so they don't show, because the only thing that's going to cover this is our sentiment that we just stamped. So let's bring this in here. Okay, right there. And let's take these little guys off a little more. Bring that up. I don't want it to look like a big circle, so just trying to be strategic here. Let's see, let's come down here. And should that go here? Maybe. This is the creativity part, you guys. Put it together, take it apart. Right? I need a little more adhesive on top now. And bring that down there. And let's see. Let's go like that. Alright, so I've got my little thing like that. And now we're going to take this, and look, this is going to go right across here. So, Let me see. See that? So, that is what I want. However, I need to move this around just a sliver. And let's bring this down here a little more. And down like that, a sliver more. Okay, I feel better. Okay, so that's going to go here, and then this is going to go across there. Oh! Now, we're not done. This is the neutral jute. Like I said, this is comes in that one that's coming out. And I am wondering, I want to put some jute behind here too, which I'm thinking that, I don't know about the super dark, thought about the green. I actually think that this is, one of these two colors is the better color. Kind of to pull that early espresso out in there. It might be too much. This might be too heavy. So that's why I was thinking this one might be just right. Okay. So let's grab a little bit of this. And I'm just going to do some whoop-de-whoops, whatever you want to call them, loops. Whoop-de-whoops. Okay, that's pretty fun. To add that little extra in there. It might be too much. Okay, let's do this. And again, you got this jute, and we're gonna take it and I'm gonna untwist it because it's too thick. It's thicker than what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna take and pull it apart. You just grab a hold of it and pull it apart. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So there's that. Okay. That's better. This isn't so, this two strands, untwirling it to only two strands is much better. So let me do that because I want some more texture on this card. Okay. That's what I want. Just to give some more texture right in there. Let's see here. How can I do this? Let's put a few. Let's do this. Let's go like that. Place that here. Yep. Okay, now we're ready. Let's grab these dimensionals and pop this up. Now I'm gonna be strategic in not putting dimensional like right in that area because it's pretty thick right there already. So let's see, one more here and right there. So I'm leaving a little gap. Let's put this down. Yeah, I definitely think the lighter color was better, Bobby. Yeah, Nancy, thank you for helping me out there. All right, so this is going to go in the middle. Okay. Love that. Okay. All right. And then this, oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. I need to get it centered here. Come on down. Up there. All right. Yeah. Fabulous. Okay. We're not done though. We have our little gems. We are going to add a couple sparkles. Now, this one has a green hue to it. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I'm going to go ahead and use that one because we've got some of that green in here. So let's grab this. I'm sticking to everything. There we go. And let's put one over here. And let's go with one more. Where should I put that one? Got a little sticky hanging out there. Trying to find my last spot. Where should it go? I think it should go right there. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think this is my favorite card. You guys, I really like this, using the leaves, cutting them apart and doing the multicolor on there with that designer paper. So hopefully, if you don't have that designer paper, you can grab that up, snap it up with the 15% off, and use it for fall cards. I mean, I really think that it does the trick. Yes, brainstorm together. That's what I need. Thank you, Bobby. I'm glad you like the card. Let me put these away. And then our little last but not least, let's go ahead and I'm going to get all my stuff out of the way. Let's do our envelope. So now these envelopes have a bigger flap, and so we got to go bigger on the designer paper. And it just makes such a difference having this on your card or on your envelope. I think having the designer paper makes such a difference. Okay, let's finish this off. So you guys, if you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, a heart, or whatever. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, let me know that you watched and see what you, tell me what you think of these different designs. Hopefully it'll give you a little creative juices flowing. But look at this. This is my favorite. Okay, let's get some space here and let's bring all of the cards in. See what you think. Let me grab, and here's one that here's a card I created, and so I can show you. This is a paper we can't get any longer, and then these are the rectangle dies. But this is a basic card base, and then I put the die about this much space, filled in the designer here, and then just that way you can see the designer paper through the inside. See that? And then you open it up. I just haven't put I don't want to put anything here to write on, so I'm thinking I would just write over here. I don't know how I would do that. Maybe just write over, maybe put a strip of vanilla here so you can write on it here. Anyway, that's another idea for you. Let me put that over here. So here are the cards for tonight. So let me see if I can get them all in here. Let's see. Let's come over here as number 4. Number 3. Number 2. Let's put number 2 there. And number 1. I'm going to do the one with the blue. But it had, I stamped it in this one. Oh, never mind. What am I doing? Here we go. There's that. All right, no envelope on this one. I guess I should have, huh? Because I did the envelope on the other ones, right? Okay, so there we are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one is your favorite? I'm trying to get them all in here so you can see, so we can get a snapshot. It's always a challenge, right? Maybe if I get my hands together here. All right. I wish I could go all the way across, but I can't. So let's see here. Let's do. There. I think I got them all in the screen now. Sorry, guys. There we go. Finally, which one's your favorite? Thanks, Nancy. You like number 4 the best? Yeah, I think it's my favorite too. I really like it. I mean, I like the butterflies a lot. But number four, coming in hot. All right, I think so. This was just like my last minute creativity on this one too. So anyway, hopefully you guys will take a second look at the online exclusive Botanical Expressions and consider that in your cart. I'm going to go ahead and turn the computer back up so you can see my goodbye here. Let me see there. There we go. So thank you again for being here. Carol likes number 1. Yes, number 1 is so pretty with the butterflies. If you're watching the replay, I hope that you enjoyed these cards. Thanks for being with me live, ladies. It's always such a pleasure to have you responding and talking with me. Have a fabulous week, and I will be busy creating and putting things on YouTube that are separate videos. So have a great rest of your night. Thanks for being here. Blessings. Bye-bye.